been not, it's kind of in the same line of thinking, but lately I've been really just, I don't have this organized or anything. It's just random thoughts, but like compare the qualifications of a pastor today in America to a chaplain on the island of Okinawa in 1945. You know, like today it's like, can you raise money? Can you talk to the board of elders smooth? Can you bring people in? But in 1945 on the island of Okinawa, it was, can you bake a lot of bread quickly? Can you give your last drop of water in your canteen? Can you hold this man whose guts are literally blown out all over you and hold him and tell him it's going to be okay when he cries for his mom, and say, you know, he had to have the gift of remembering the names of 50 people, because that night he was going to have to sit down and write letters to them and say, here's what I saw of your son. Here were his last words. Talk about a difference in qualifications. You know, I know that's an extreme example, but
that's how the Bible is. When people really read it, it's very gruesome.
It's real. Right. Yeah. So my questions are easy. They're easy questions, and they're ones of general curiosity. And I want to ask them because I believe it's a privilege that has been given by God for us to speak today. And I believe more fruit could come from it. If I were to title this video, I would say a discussion of religion and race. And I think people are going to jump on it. I think I'm going to share with my subscribers your channel, and I think that they're going to come over. They're very open-minded, and I think a lot of good can happen. But these are just my general curiosities. Okay. The first question, I've never heard a single person pissed off at the Dutch when they're the ones who brought the first slave ship over to the New World. I've never once heard, maybe it's because we just say white now and we don't identify as Polish or Dutch or Europe. But what do you think? Why is that? Why is there no anger at the Dutch for bringing a ship of slaves here in the first place?
All my life, I never heard that. The Dutch doing that. I don't know anything about the Dutch. Honestly, I don't even know what country the Dutch are from.
Right.
Is it Denmark? I'm guessing. Is it Denmark?
Or
Finland?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know
so far disconnected from that reality because nobody ever taught me that.
You know, maybe in a future episode, you and I could both, on our own time, study this 1619 project and see if it's addressed in there. Because if it's not, they're missing a big piece of it. The Dutch were like the world superpower at that time, I think. So anyway, I was just curiosity. So my next question, on the African mainland, Africa's always been predominantly Christian, but at periods in time, especially during the Crusades, the Muslims had taken over large regions of Africa, and they would capture natives and then sell them to the Dutch. I don't hear a lot of anger toward the Muslim community. Is there a reason for that?
Years ago, I looked into like the Muslim slave trade, but one thing I heard recently was during that time, the word of the riches of Africa was spread all around. Like people heard if you wanted to get rich, go to Africa, because it was so much of an abundance of gold and just different resources.
And that's still out there.
Exactly, like Southern Africa, you know?
Yeah, except now it's not the Europeans doing it, it's the Chinese coming in and buying it all up.
And all those diamond mines and gold mines and all that stuff. But what did you say again about the Muslims? I kind of
I've never heard a lot of shade thrown at them for their role in the transatlantic slave trade. Is there?
Again, they don't teach that, sir. I've never heard that. It never was taught to me in school, and we did go over slavery a little bit in elementary. It's never talked about. I had to learn about this stuff as an adult.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Here's another question. With the anger, which is justifiable, about social justice, and I hesitate to ask this because one thing I can say as a white person who has studied this that I am confident with, I understand that the Black community is not a monolith, that you have a range of views just like we do. There is no such thing as, what do the Blacks think about this? There is no such thing as that. I get that. My question is, do you find in certain, and at least some Black communities, pride in America? Hey, we built this. This is our history too. We won these wars too. We built these bridges too. Or is it predominantly anger?
I can honestly say, all from what I've seen, I don't see a lot of anger. Honestly, like black is in the Black community, it's like, what would be the right word? It's like everybody's just kind of focused on doing what they need to do to get by. And we don't
Right.
oftentimes think about what's going. It's like we're very good at minding our business. And it's like we don't really get involved with a lot of stuff. But then it's like with, and I'm not gonna go deep. It's like with gentrification. You
Yeah.
don't see us going out to neighborhoods that's not Black, but you see people who are not Black coming into neighborhoods that are Black, because we kind of tend to just do our thing. And me,
Yes.
having served in the military, and I served in Iraq, we do take a lot of like, well, how would I say, like godly pride or whatever in this country, you know?
So again, the media gins all the stuff up, but on the ground,
Yeah,
true.
like I a lot of my family retired from the military. Everybody loved this country. Most of us have fought for this country. um Most people in the Black community are really just living life, and a
Yeah.
lot of times we just kind of get the overspill of things that we can't control, because to be honest, as a people group in America, we don't really like pull the levers on a lot of decisions.